Yes. Silver is currently outshining gold. And we're also going to take a look at a new report which apparently says that China has inputted new gold buying quotas for the central bank. Does it pass the sniff test? We'll take a look, do a bit of reading comprehension, all that kind of stuff. Look, if you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below. It's the easiest way to go to your favorite part, whether that be the gold, silver, platinum analysis, the topic of the day, talking about gold to silver ratio, whatever it is. But look, if you're watching live, you really have no other choice but to hang around, but it happens to be the favorite part. So if you get to watch it live, you'll get to enjoy everything we do here at Good Morning Stackers. Your week daily live show with me, Joe Main. In the first 1 minute of the show, though, we do the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage, I grab my tasty beverage, whatever it is, and we slurp it synchronously. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, you have to slurp it. Ready, set, go. Oh, is it the favorite part of your day? I don't know. Is it rapidly becoming the favorite part of your day? Yeah, I think it might be. You just never know. Am I being a little bit over braggadocious today? Yeah, I don't know. Why not? How are you? How is everyone? Of course, we'll do the regular shout-outs. We'll get in today's topic. China's new gold importing quotas. Look at the gold to silver ratio, gold, silver, platinum, and all that stuff. But of course, I've got to do all my shout-outs. And of course, this show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. You'll hear a little bit more about those brand partners a little bit later on. Of course, let's do the shout outs as we've got to do. I think we're going out live only on Facebook today. Sorry, not Facebook, YouTube and Facebook today. Fantastic. Huzzah! GMS. Hey guys, welcome to all the new subscribers. I had 9 or 10 new subscribers overnight because of yesterday's video about gold hitting over $2,500. When $3,000? We answered that question in my opinion. The short answer, if you don't want to watch it, was it's doable by the end of the year, but probably not closer than sort of late this year, but definitely in 2025. So I know that's a big wide range, but I did make the case that $3,000 gold could actually be late this year. It's actually quite doable because it's only a 20% jump from here, and we've already jumped about 20% in, the few months previous. So pretty easy. Anyway, hey guys, Mark Florida, good to see you. Mark Florida in the house. Tony Peterson, chat mum, I hope you're feeling a little bit better today. I know you're not feeling too well. Lance, GMS, and what's up? What's up? Jason Ashworth. Morning, Joe. Wink face. I see what you're doing there, young man. I see what you're doing. Chris Phipps, GMS from PDX. What's PDX? Oh, Portland. I know you're in Portland, Chris. You're the Portland, Oregon guy. But what does PDX mean? Tell me what that means. Ash's Gold Adventures, GMS, the synchronized slurp. It's exactly what you want. It could be the favorite part of your day. Legzio. Morning, guys. Legzio, I haven't seen you on the channel before. Are you a long-time subscriber, first-time live watcher? Post a comment below. I just don't remember you on the live channel, on the live chat. Welcome. GMS Knackers O'Reilly. Silver is back in business. Oh, Legzio might be the one that changes their... Oh, no, you just subscribed. Oh, fantastic. Great, you just subscribed. 2 exclamation points. Well, that's fantastic. You're one of the new 9 or 10 subscribers overnight. Silver is back in business. It seems to be. Based on my charting, it seems to be. Hurdles. There's always hurdles. Black swan events. Anything could happen. Market manipulators can go, no, you don't. You got hopeful, didn't you? Blah, 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 blah. But for me, based on my chart, and we'll take a look at it soon, back in business. And of course, Tony says like and subscribe. That's what you should be doing. Knackers O'Reilly. Apparently, the monkeys are running wild. Apparently, the monkeys are running wild worldwide. Can you say that? Apparently, the monkeys are running wild worldwide. That's a tongue twister. 589 subscribers, growing by the day. Yes, it is. Just so everyone knows, soon. It's happening soon. I'll always do the live show. Always do the live show, and this will always be free to the public. I am going to start to be offering a membership only, which gets you extra perks. One, it gets you extra content, just other stuff to do with my life and health and wellness and this and pew 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 and a bunch of other things. We'll take a look at crypto as well, probably on that channel, but also excellent discounts from Perth Bullion Exchange. Okay, so if you're in Australia and you want to buy the cheapest metal possible from any bullion dealer, subscribing to my membership only thing pays for itself very quickly. And trust me, I've been talking with Ricky from Perth Bullion Exchange about the kind of incentives, and they're pretty darn good. So anyway, that will be rolled out soonish. Oh, PDX's Portland airport code. Oh, okay, there you go. Good to know. Thank you. Corbett, good morning from Independence, Missouri. Oh, wow, from Missouri. Corbett from Missouri. That is great to see you. So many international subscribers. Watched about 10 times, not signed in, sign in today and subscribe. That's how I get you. This is why we do the synchronized slurp. This is why we do the shout outs in the beginning, because you eventually want to join the family to get on the live chat, get shout outs and all that. And you join the group. That's what it's all about. Welcome, Lexio. See, everyone's very welcoming here. PDX is the airport code for Portland, but is used as a generally accepted abbreviation for Portland. Fair enough. And good evening to the American chatters. Excellent. Let's do, this show is kind of run by you as well. Do we do China's new imports first, or do you want to see the gold, silver, platinum analysis and all that stuff with the gold to silver ratio, or do you want to talk about China first? You post a comment below in just a second. Post a comment and I'll follow your guide. Okay. Let's see. Good morning, everyone, says Dylan Bujaga. I'm going to Bujaga. Potato. Pete Repeat says, good GMS. Sorry, a bit late. Do you want to hear the China story first, or do you want to do the precious metals analysis? Post your comment below. The first commenter there we go. I just said the first commenter gets it. So there you go. I'm not going to take it's not a democratic vote. It's Lexio said it first, so you want ratios. Lance says China. Nope, sorry, I'm going with ratios because Lexio got in first. It's a quick and the dead here at GMS. No, Lexio, you get it, my friend. Here we go. Let's talk about silver outshining gold. We're talking about the gold to silver ratio. Let's share the screen. Of course, we do daily live price analysis of gold, silver, platinum, and we also take a look at things like the gold to silver ratio and other ratios too that are important to watch. But I'll share the screen right now, and this is the gold to silver ratio. Okay, it's on the daily time frame. Okay, what is the gold to silver ratio? Look, you all know, but very quickly, as this is going up, gold is outperforming silver. As this is going down, silver is outperforming gold. And just in the last week, late last week, I was talking about the fact that we had broken through this long-term symmetrical triangle pattern. Let me just show you very quickly. And this is for all the new subscribers too. But even the people who have subscribed for a while, you've got to see this every now and then, okay? Long term, this is where we peaked at 125 back in March of 2020. We all know what was going on there. This is where we found our low in February of 2021. So as this was going down, silver was just on an absolute tear. It was more so that gold had an absolute tear up here, and then a necessary correction. A correction was necessary, okay? But then silver just, gold was, coming off its big upward tick because of what happened in March of 2020. So the big hype around gold. So silver went bloop, bloop. Silver went, hello, I'm going to take center stage for quite a while. So for about a year's time, silver was the place to be. Imagine buying silver here and swapping for gold down here. You would have doubled your gold ounces, basically, give or take some premiums and stuff. Imagine doing that. Imagine being smart enough, not that probably almost anyone on the planet was, but buying silver at 125, swapping it for gold at about 64, double your ounces, basically, of gold. So that's going down, meaning silver outperforming gold, then gold outperforming silver, and we've been in this uptrend. We were in this uptrend for gold outperforming silver for a while, up and down, of course. And then recently we broke down and it was looking really positive for silver. It's like, oh, that's it. It's broken down through this triangle pattern right here. Silver, it is silver's time of the sun. We're going to head further down, further down, further down. It so far is a false breakdown. Okay, so we saw a fast move to the in the opposite direction. Oftentimes, from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. And we broke back up into the no man's land area, as I call this right here, and we just peaked above it. And isn't that interesting how it kind of closed around that downtrend line right there? So it's indeterminate. It was going, I think, could gold, continue to outperform silver for a while? And then I just said last week when we were above and we were finding support here, we'd found support, but on the relative strength index, and this is what I want to show you. I'm not doing this to toot horns and all that kind of stuff because anyone can do this shit. But we had been extremely overvalued for gold on the daily time frame. We'd hit it once, we came down, and then we hit it twice. After hitting it twice, it looked like, that looks a bit peaky to me. I think, and I said late last week, I think silver will outperform gold in the next week or two. So I said I think this will come down because we need to spend some time in the normal range on the relative strength index on the daily time frame. And that's played out so far. Great to see. Again, this is pretty obvious stuff. So it's not like nothing like that at all. So we are just back in the any metals game. It's no man's land right now. As I posted on the Facebook page, the Gold Silver Stackers Australia forum just before, we're in the no man's land, breaking this area here. So if silver continues to outperform gold, if it breaks this area, then it's signaling good news for silver, and there's much a better potential for silver to continue its longer term run, or a new run, I should say, a new long-term run to outshine gold. Okay, there's a couple of points you need to watch out for though, and I've probably drawn them in before, and I think it's going to be here. Just watch out for this level right here. So if we break, there we go. If we break this downtrend line, okay, watch out for support at around about that 81.50, 81.5 level, roughly between the 80 to 81.5 level right there. So actually what I will do instead, let me draw for you a quick little rectangle. It's going to be, can you see there and there? See those two? So let me draw that. Boop, boop. That's the technical noise that we make here. That is your line in the sand. This is your range in the sand. Okay, so you could find support here and then crack back up. I would suggest breaking support here is looking good. What the hell did I do there? It's looking good for silver to continue to outperform gold. The other thing you would want to do would be to look out for this trend line right here, and that would be a very good signal. And you never know, that might coincide with each other. Let me do that one roughly kind of like that. Okay, can you see that? You never know, that might find the confluence where we come down. I'm not saying any of this is going to happen, by the way. I'm just spitting in the wind, okay? It's all infinite scenarios, okay? So don't listen to a single damn word that I say. But what would be really positive for silver would be if we broke this trend line, come back down, we find support, we break back up. It's a failed test, so it's a failed break back, right? So it fails to break above, and then this goes down, and then around about here-ish, and we're talking first half of September, where we find support. Now, this is where you would want to not find support, and you would want to break down. A breakdown of this area right here, very good for silver in the long term. So this signals, getting excited. That's interesting. Great. You break this support level right here, looking good for silver on the longer term. It would suggest to me that we would then be continuing. It would signal to me that we'd be continuing down to silver's final trap door. I've just written this in overnight, just this morning. Silver's final trap door. That's around about the 70 ratio. Okay, that's where if we break there, then it's just basically guaranteed. it's probably a 95% guarantee that we continue to see silver outperform gold and head all the way down to at least the 50 area there. Okay, so we've got some hurdles along the way. We've got to get out of the no man's land. We want to see that. We want to see that break, and then obviously that's your big final trapdoor right there. What would negate all this? Closing back above this long-term downtrend line right here and heading back towards gold's final hurdle. Okay, these are closing on the monthly timeframes. Okay, you can always spike above, have daily closes, weekly closes. Really, you want to see it close the month below and closing months below or above these areas. If we continue back up and we close any month above there, that signals, yeah, it's not silver's time just yet. Okay, it's still gold's taking center stage. Okay, but we're just in this no man's land for the gold to silver ratio. But currently, the quote-unquote call, was correct that silver would outshine gold for a little bit. I think that could continue for, it'll continue for at least this week, I think. So we just got to watch out for that level there. That is the gold to silver ratio, okay? Makes sense? Great. Now, if you are playing the gold to silver ratio over the longer term, this is why you want to stay abreast of the gold to silver ratio. You can see very clearly here, they're going all the way back to 1998. We range, we go in and out of, gold being overvalued to silver being overvalued, okay? Or gold, because this is gold against silver, this measures gold being overvalued or gold being undervalued. So here, gold's overvalued. Down here at the 32 mark, gold was highly undervalued. That's why you would be looking at buying gold at a 1 to 32 ratio, particularly when, as I said before, on the monthly time frame, you went into extremely undervalued for gold on the monthly time frame. If I had been watching this in 2011, which I wasn't, I only started stacking precious metals in 2010. If I had been watching, if I'd known really a lot about the gold to silver ratio back then, and I saw that the gold to silver ratio was down at 1 to 32, and I've been taking, well, actually, I did see it at 1 to 32 because I went through that peak of the silver bull run. But if I had been known about the gold to silver ratio, and in particular, the relative strength index, which is something I didn't follow back then, if I had have seen on the monthly time frame, we'd gone into extreme, look, this is the lowest it's ever been since 1998. If I had have seen that we'd gone into extremely undervalued for gold, I would have swapped a whole bunch of my silver back then for gold, because that's just so damn low. Then you would have seen this correction back up to, the overvalued area, which it always does. The relative strength index on multiple timeframes always goes from undervalued or oversold, goes from this area here to this area here. The amount of time that it takes to get from this area to this area differs depending on the asset, but it always does it. Always. Okay? That's the only time I'll probably ever say always. It always does because it's an oscillator, right? So it always goes through undervalued to overvalued. So imagine buying gold here, swapping it for silver up here, and then waiting. Now you're just waiting. You're playing the waiting game. We are nowhere near the undervalued for gold thing again. So that says silver has a lot of room to move down before it becomes highly overvalued. So when silver is down in here, when this is down here, gold is highly undervalued or silver is highly overvalued. Does that make sense? We've got a lot of room to move. Now, am I saying it's definitely going to go in this direction? No. Could we spring back above and spend a whole heap of time back in gold being overvalued? Of course we can. But the general direction still is with silver moving, silver outperforming gold. Okay, take a look at this trend line. We're nowhere near breaking that. I would suggest on the monthly time frame, if we break above this downtrend line on the monthly, we close anywhere above around about the 58 to 60 level on the relative strength index down here, then that signals a directional change, right? A breakout of there, a directional change, and that gold, maybe silver's not the best place to be in against gold. Both precious metals could be going up, so does it really matter? It's just if you really want to maximize your investments, then you would consider, maybe weighting more towards gold if this breaks above here. Okay, but we're months and months away from that, and we have not even come back up to test it. So that's the key area right there. So again, in no man's land at the moment. I am bullish on silver outperforming gold in the longer term. Again, because we've already been in extremely undervalued for gold. We went extremely overvalued for gold. It's about time. You know, it might take quite a while, but we will get back here again. And that's the time you want to swap your silver for gold, when you get into that highly undervalued range or overvalued range for silver. Was that completely confusing and made no sense? Fantastic. That's what I'm here for. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. That's the gold to silver ratio. Let's take a look at the usual gold, silver, and platinum price analysis. We'll do some quick stuff. Let's go to gold first and see what we were talking about. Aha! Gold on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars, 2,503. Of course, we mainly talk about the US dollar because it's the world's reserve currency. It all depends on what your currency is doing against how your currency is floating against the USD. That's why we talk about USD. It doesn't really matter so much the foreign currencies, because there's that second factor that you have to think about. However, good to see. Look at this. We had, and so far, we spiked, but the spikes don't matter. Just remember, spikes don't matter as much as where you close at. So we wanted to see the price close above the support line right here. This is the trend line that just got broken. Let me get that out of my head. We just broke above 2,500 US dollars, and we've been talking about the fact that we need to hold this trend line as support. So far, we had the spike, but it's a very quick spike on the daily time frame, and we like the long downward spikes. Why do we like the long downward spikes? Because it says more likely, it doesn't happen every single time, but more likely that the buyers are in control of the market. And this is a test, and the buyers go, no, you don't. Blip, 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 gobble, gobble, gobble. And we closed above support. So very positive so far for gold. We've closed above support. What do we need to do? We need to remain closed above support. Another spike down to here. That's great. Around about that $2,500 level, fine. As long as we close above it. As long as the more often, or the longer, the more amount of days that we close above this uptrend line, the more positive it looks, okay? Obviously, closing any day or days below this uptrend line right here, not looking as good, okay? That's pretty much all you need to know for gold, really, while we're above this trend line. As I've said, for the new subscribers, I will quickly rehash. I would suggest, and we'll put in a new support line, okay? Let's do that. Give me a second. And again, as you know, I do this pretty much on the fly usually. I'm going to say, let's look at closes. This is real ballpark stuff, okay? I'll do it, there we go. I'll do it 2470. Why? Because that was a previous key Fibonacci level. All right, there you go. 2470. You preferably don't want to break 2470, okay? As you know, 2,430 was my final hurdle for new all-time highs. Once we broke above it and closed above it, I said another new all-time high. I was saying it all the way back here, okay? Whenever you break 2,430, I was saying it back here, whenever you break 2,430, I was saying it 2,400 earlier. Sorry, my apologies. When you break 2,430, a new all-time high is coming imminently. We broke 2,430, we closed above it, and then I said, look, while we're above it, new all-time high coming imminently. A new all-time high came imminently. So what am I saying? The 2,470. If we come back down and we spend some time in this area, you don't want to break 2,470. So that's right there. You can take a snapshot of this if you want, anytime you like, if you're watching this on the replay. You really want to hold there. Preferably, I really don't want to see it close below this trend line, but the big one, blump, 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 blump. It did it to me last time. Okay. Not great if you see this come down here, but as long as we remain there, that could be the fake out. And that's what you would like to see. You don't want to see it close below 2,470. Closing below there takes a definitely, 90% chance to the back to the final hurdle of 2,430. More likely, the next time you come down here, the very much more likely it's going to be taken out. And also the more likely it's going to be come down back to the support, the big support, or down she goes right there. That's at 2,380. And again, the more likely, the more times that you come down to test the previous support level, the more likely it is to be taken out. So really, I would hazard a guess and saying, again, this is all peeing in the wind. Should you dollar cost average? Yes. Does it really matter? No. Do you like to watch this? Yes, because it's fun to watch. If we break 2,470, it's much more likely we come back down here, which is much more likely to be broken this time, which is much more likely to be broken this time, okay? And then a retest. I'm not saying that's going to happen. You're going to have, ups and downs like that. It's not going to be a straight run, but I would suggest breaking 2,470. It's not a good setup, I would say. And you're more likely to test that, more likely to break it this time, and then back down to there. It's not going to be that straight line, but that's why I'll say 2,470, key line in the sand, okay? So let me put that there. Line in sand. Okay, 2,470. What you would love to see is obviously holding this. Let me get rid of that and get rid of that. Holding this area here and just bouncing up. And my next main level, we're in price discovery at the moment. Well, we've just gone into rough price discovery. If we continue up, we're in, who knows, we've never been in this area before. So in price discovery, the most likely topping out, and I'm not saying it's going there, but the next major resistance is at the top end of this mother of all trend lines. It's around about $2,650 okay, for my new subscribers. That's the big long one. Now, I should say though, if you're a new subscriber, it's because you subscribed based on the last video, and on the last video I already talked about this mother of all trend lines. But out of interest, you can see it right there. For the new people watching today, that's the mother of all trend lines. It currently intersects with around about 2,650 as a big area of resistance. Could it blast through? Yes, of course it could. But just watch out for this trend line right there. Again, around about 2,650, give or take 10, 20 bucks roughly, because it depends on the time frame. And also, I did mention at the start of this show, $3,000 is still doable by the end of this year. Okay, it's only a 20% move from here. We already moved 20% from here to here. From March to the end of May was a 20% move in gold. We could easily, and that's in a 3-month period. In the next 4 months, you can easily shoot up another 20%. Easy. So it's within the realm of possibility that we see $3,000 gold in 2024. It's at the top end of the possibility, so I'm not giving you a definite chance, but very easy. I mean, $3,000 gold in 2025, piece of cake. Okay, so that is gold. Those are the levels you need to watch out for on the upside and the downside. Let's take a look at silver, because a lot of you are in silver and most of you are probably more in silver than in gold. I personally am almost all silver. I do own a little bit of gold. I own a little bit of platinum. Gold on the daily time frame, again priced in US dollars, $29.40. We are back in business. I should have titled this Back in Business. Damn, missed opportunity. I should have titled this video Silver Back in Business, but maybe I'll title that. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's one if we do remain above the back in business line, which is $29 US, a very key level. Very key. Okay, so we're above it, and I did suggest yesterday that I was very confident that this week would be green. So far, we've opened the week and we're remaining green so far. We've got a number of days until the week closes. So could this be a fake out and we head back down? Yeah, of course it could. Anything could happen. But so far, I was really positive that we would be green because of this candle right here, where the wick, as you can see, and I mentioned this yesterday, look at this. That is the world's tiniest wick. I've seen some tiny wicks, and that. What am I talking now? I'm just speaking out my butt. But that's a pretty tiny wick right there. Okay, which says that that's strength in the market. Okay, so that's why it was much more likely that you would see 29 be broken, and I think I suggested it was more than 50% chance that we break it, within that 24-hour period yesterday. We've certainly seen that. Does it mean anything? No. Am I the world's greatest? Hell no. It means nothing. It's all, again, just guessing in the wind, but it was a correct guess. But we've seen it move above, very positive. So the short answer is really positive for silver while we're above the back-end business line of $29. We just need to hold it. A breakout and a retest of $29, incredibly normal. I would even say a breakout and a retest anywhere down to 28 US dollars is actually healthy enough. You would not want to see it close any lower than 28 US dollars. That puts it back into the best buy zone, okay? And once you're back in the best buy zone, it's more likely that you see the bottom end of the best buy zone tested, okay? And that might be good news for you. You might be really wanting it to head down to and, really scare the living shit out of everyone by heading down to the bottom end of the best buy zone at 26 US dollars. I don't want to see it go down there because it's just the more likely you test it, the more likely it is to be taken out. I think it will be a huge support level, but don't scare me. Don't do that. Let's just remain above 28, preferably. Can we do that, people? To the simulation out there, let's remain above 28 and preferably above 29. So I'd love to see support at 29 and then break back up. And then, but while we're above 29, while we're above the back-end business line on silver, in USD. That means, again, while we're above it, okay, it means that it's much more likely that we head up to the final hurdle, which is 31 US dollars. It's the biggest hurdle for silver ever. Some people will disagree with me. That's okay. They're wrong. It is a huge hurdle. And I was actually proved it was more of a hurdle a couple of days ago in a video where I looked at the yearly time frame, and I only realized for the first time that since 1980, silver has never closed any year above 31 US dollars. And I only just figured this out the other day. I knew it hadn't closed a recent month, a month above 31. I went back, hasn't closed 31 on a yearly time frame since 1980. That's mental. Okay, so that's why it's a huge line in the sand. Okay, once we cross and close any month, and particularly if we close any year, if we close this year above 31 US dollars, it is go time. I'm already 99% sure that we're in a bull market while we're above 26 US dollars. While we're above that 25, 26 US dollar mark, we're already 99% in a new bull market. It's pretty damn obvious. What clinches it for me is closing that month, and I'll keep it to a month, but particularly a year. This year, 31, it is just onwards and upwards. So let's do the quick blue sky thinking. The next major level to look out for, and I'll do a separate video on this, but it's around about that $37 to $40 mark with the actual Fibonacci at $38.40, $38.50. That's the next major level to watch out for. I've put in a range there of 37 to 40, but watch out exactly at $38.40, $38.50. Okay, that's the big next one. When we break and close a month, close the year above $31, then we're heading up, find resistance maybe about that $38.50 mark. Okay, but while we're above the back-end business line, it's looking great. So congratulations to everyone in. Could that change tomorrow? Yes. Black swan event, market manipulation. You just really don't want to see that 28 broken. If the 28 gets broken, not good for me, but might be great for you because you're looking to buy more. Make sense? Good. That is silver. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. You get this every single weekday. Let's take a look at platinum on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars, 958. We are currently, interesting. We are above the $945 horizontal line right there. While we're above this, then I am more than 50%, and I won't give it any other percentage than that. I'm more than 50% confident that this is an invalidated head and shoulders pattern and that we won't see lower prices while we're above 945 US dollars. Anytime, it's such a crucial level right here. If we close any day below 945, then I have to say, oh, we're back to like 80% chance that we do see lower prices from here. It is such a clear line, a clear fence. You're either over it or you're under it. If you're over it, probably won't see lower prices. If you're below it, definitely seeing lower prices, basically. I don't give definites, but 80% chance. Very clear. But we're above it at the moment, and we found support. So that's really good to see. We closed above on the 15th of August, so last week. We've remained a support. Gee, what do you know? We found, I haven't moved this line, by the way. This is based on this little spike down here, okay? I haven't moved this line to fit this candle wick right there. It just happened to find exact support at this candle wick at 945, okay? So we closed above. So closed above, closed above, closed above. So 3 days of closing above 945, and we're so far still above it. So it's looking all right. I'll remain cautiously optimistic while we're above 945. Technically, I still have to be in my depressed area for platinum because we're in this area right here. So I have to remain depressed when we get above here. When we get above here, that signals 100% that this is an invalidated head and shoulders pattern, which signals to me we're going to head in the opposite direction quickly. Okay, if this is invalidated and we close any day above about $980, decently above 980, not just at it, right? But if we close, 985 roughly, that signals really good, and we're going to probably make a play for here and break through. I start getting excited for platinum when we break through $1,020. That's in my getting excited mode, and as you all know, hyper bull market when we close any month above $1,120. Full bull for months and months and months to come. That's it. So that's all you need to know for platinum. Are you in platinum? Post a comment below. Is it one of your favorites? I do own a little bit of platinum. Platinum is highly undervalued against gold and silver. Very quickly, platinum against gold. Ooh, look-see, we're still above the downtrend line, and on the daily time frame, on the platinum to gold ratio, we have touched extremely undervalued for platinum. You saw what I was talking about in terms of the gold to silver ratio when you go through periods of overvalued to undervalued. Platinum on the daily time frame has hit undervalued against gold. You got to look at the macros though. Look at the weeklies. We're still trending down on the weeklies, so you could see some further movement down on the monthly time frame. Yeah, look, still very clearly in a downward trend. So we would need to find support somewhere and then it start ticking up. So we're not out of the woods yet in terms of platinum against gold. Platinum could continue to underperform gold, but on the daily time frame, it looks interesting that we've already been in. That's a good sign. I'll say it's a good sign for things to come. Okay, so are we at a turnaround point? Maybe, but we're historically at an absolute low point for platinum against gold. Look at this. That's why many people, not just me, but many people are saying, wow, it's just historically really low. Getting some platinum around about here and playing the platinum to gold ratio or the platinum to silver ratio, not a bad play around this area. Could it go down further? Yes, but we're just in really historically low territory at the moment. That's randomly. I just did platinum to gold and platinum to silver. And I've done the gold to silver ratio. And lastly, no, I won't talk about that. That's okay. That's just the AUD against the USD. That is the gold to silver ratio and all that other stuff. Okay. Let's talk about China's apparently new quotas for importing gold. Let's take a look at this quick article, and I want your opinion on it. This is a reading comprehension test. Tell me what you think. I want your opinions on this article. Okay, we'll share the screen. Oh, hang on. Let me go back. Of course, I'm not going to do it at the end. I'm going to do it here. Of course, you need to know about my brand partners, Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Australia's first dealer to offer free express shipping or free shipping on all discount volumes. Buy over a certain amount of bullion at perthbullion.com.au, you get instant free shipping. The easiest way to do it is just to go to the website, start adding things to your shopping cart, mix and match, add 5 of this, 6 of this, whatever. Just add the things that you find interest in, and then eventually you will see after you add a certain amount, you get instant free shipping. So you go up to the shopping cart area, and then you click on the shopping cart, it takes you in there, and then you'll see on the right-hand side, free shipping. To give you an example, all you need to do is have a minimum of 20 items. It can be a mix and match of any item. It doesn't have to be 20 of one particular item. You could buy 3 of these, 5 of these, 7 of these. It doesn't matter. You could buy as little as, and I've done this before, you can buy as little as 20 1/10 ounce silver rounds, the silver coins. They're Britannia. You can buy 1/10 ounce silver coins from the Royal Mint Britannia coin right there, as little as 20 of those. So 20 of those is going to cost you around about 160 Australian dollars. Okay, so you could buy as little as and spend as little as $161.34 in Australian dollars, instant free shipping. Let me show you what I mean. If I remove that and do 19, watch what happens over here on the right hand side. You should be able to see that. It instantly charges you a shipping amount of $23.50. Okay, because it's under the 20 rule, the 20 sort of coded rule on the website. You put 20, but it can be 20 of anything. You can have 5 of this, 4 of this, 2 of this, as long as it equals a total of 20, not just in this individual quantity, but just a total of 20. Update it, and you get instant free shipping, Australia-wide, express, sign-on delivery, fully insured, all that. That is why they are, Perth Bullion Exchange, my preferred physical bullion dealer. They are absolutely kicking goals. They also happen to be one of my clients that I'm teaching them the skills of how to create consistently engaging YouTube content. They have almost as many subscribers as I do in the same amount of time. They're doing absolute great guns on their YouTube channel as well. So that is Perth Bullion Exchange. Out of interest, their weekly special, which they put out yesterday, happens to be the Geiger 5-gram gold bar, minted gold bars in the beautiful packaging. If you don't own a Geiger minted gold bar, they're just wicked. Right there. So a weekly special, the entire week, not just 24 hours, the entire week, $10 off, okay, per bar. And you can buy 1 or 2 or however many you like, and then mix and match and add at least, have 20 items in your shopping cart. That's inclusive of these too. You could buy 2 of these, buy 18 of any other thing, mix and match, instant free shipping. It's mental. So that's their special of the week. And of course, if you're into the physical only, and you only like the physical because you need it in your hands, if I don't hold it in my hand 24 hours a day, I don't even want to hold it in a safe. I'm going to walk around with all my gold and silver in my pockets wherever I go, because that's the only way. That's the only way to avoid third-party counter risk third-party counter risk. Because if you leave the house, someone could break into your house. Blah 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 blah. All that stuff. If you're only that person, okay, then buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, get the physical in your hands and walk around every day with it on your person. But if you're also the type of person that says, well, look, I like unallocated gold programs. I like programs which I know and trust have the real physical metal, but I like the convenience of having a phone app where I can buy gold in minimum amounts, etc., but I know that they're storing the real gold. You need Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Gold is back, baby. Save, invest, and transact in physical gold digitally with a Wealthstack account and debit card. The debit card's not on board just yet. They're a brand new company. They're my brand new brand partner. They're also a brand new company. They're starting off, and they are my brand partner because they reached out to me because they want to build the trust with the stacking community first. Okay, and as I said to them, and they agreed, if you get the stacking community on board somewhat, it's word of mouth, and they'll tell all their normie friends who don't know about stacking these little collector coins and all this crazy stuff that they think we do. Pass them on to, or look into yourself, Wealthstack. 100% gold-backed token. This is not a crypto thing, okay? It's just they use a blockchain-based token as an extra layer of security for you as your receipt of claim, okay? That's it, right? So you're not dealing in crypto. It's not on exchanges and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? It might be later on down the track, but you just get a gold-backed token. It's 100% gold-backed, okay? They have wholesale gold. They have a gold wholesaler in which they buy their gold from. And it's a very secure vault. I've learned all about who they are, etc. And also, you trade on you do it on the app or on the desktop version. Right here, these are all the leaders, the leadership team. I actually did an interview with David Ski, the CEO of Wealthstack, just last week. And I'll put a link when I can above that, or just go to my YouTube channel and you'll see the interview. It's just a few videos back, and watch it. Ask all the frequently asked questions. They are real people. They're an Australian-based company, and they're starting this out, and it's doing really well. They've already had a bunch of people sign up, particularly from people watching my channel as well. And right down here, of course, you can get it on the Apple Store or on Google Play as well. So for Apple and Android right there, at least download it and sign up for an account. It's free to sign up, and then you can spend a minimum, or you can tell your friends about it. They can spend a minimum of $10, okay, in gold, real physical gold. That is obviously stored at Wealthstack's preferred storage facility, etc. And eventually you will be able to redeem. It's not in place yet. Roundabout by the end of the year, they believe, you will be able to redeem for real physical gold. There's going to be physical limits. At the moment, it's going to be redeeming for kilo bars, but eventually they're trying to bring that down to so you can be able to redeem for physical 1 ounce gold. They'll also be adding silver and platinum later on down the track as well. So for all those silver stackers out there, you're like, oh, this is good, but I want silver. You will get silver with Wealthstack. It's just not on board yet, but you can buy gold right now, real physical gold-backed token right there. And so all I ask is you go over and check it out. Go to wealthstack.com, read their About section, go down here, find their frequently asked questions page, and check it all out. And I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. I would not put my name to this if I didn't think it was all above board and an excellent program, of which it is. Now, let's talk about China's apparent new quotas that the central bank has given out, that you must buy certain amounts of gold now. We know that China recently has halted buying gold. There's less demand, okay, but apparently, according to one new report, there are now new gold quotas that they need to buy. We're going to look at this article, and we're going to do a little bit of reading comprehension as well. Does it pass the sniff test? And I want to get your opinion on it. Okay, let's take a look at the article. It is from, and let me share the screen. Show the screen, brah. Right here. It is from. Oh, it's a Reuters. So it's a Yahoo Finance. Okay, Yahoo Finance, and it's a Reuters article. This is from the 17th of August. China issues new gold import quotas after pause. Sources. All right. Okay. Lovely picture of gold there. Okay. This is from that name, which I will not try to pronounce because I don't want to be rude. Right here. Saturday, the 17th of August. By two people. Okay. Reuters. Several Chinese banks. And this is, I really want you to, this is all about reading comprehension as well. Tell me what you think. Does it pass the sniff test? Several Chinese banks have been given new gold import quotas from the central bank. Let's start again. Several Chinese banks have been given new gold import quotas from the central bank, anticipating revived demand despite record high prices, four sources with knowledge of the matter told Reuters. The new quotas aimed at helping the PBOC, People's Bank of China, So the new quotas aimed at helping the People's Bank of China control how much bullion enters the world's leading consumer of the precious metal were granted in August after a 2-month pause, largely due to slower physical demand in the wake of a bullish market. All these ads are so annoying. Spot gold has gained 21% so far this year, having hit successive record highs, striking a peak of blah, 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 Friday, blah, 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 blah. Strong Chinese buying was a key factor in bullion's March-April rally. Yes, it was. And if demand picks up again, it could further boost prices, analysts said. Okay? Here's a quote. All right? A quote. The quotas have been issued, but the local premium to offshore is low. So there is no guarantee that the quotas will be used until things improve, one of the sources said. Okay, I continue to quote, jewelry demand is still weak, but investment demand is healthy. This is the unquote. Back to regular article. The PBOC did not immediately respond to Reuters' request for comment. China's history, blah, blah, blah. However, this year's pause was led by the banks themselves amid muted demand, sources said. Quote, all right, actual gold imports have been limited due to subdued demand. This suggests that the Chinese market is currently well supplied with physical gold. All right. The PBOC's continued pause on gold purchases reinforces the notion of ample domestic supply, said Bernard Sin, regional director of Greater China at Precious Metals Trader Refinery, MKS PAMP. All right. Apparently, that's a real quote. China's central bank held back on buying gold for its reserves for a third straight month. Blah, 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 blah. In another sign of muted demand, dealers in China were offering a discount of $8.50 to a $5 premium an ounce on international spot prices this week. Oh, interesting. With a premium of as high as 18, blah, 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 blah. That's not what we need to know. Okay, let's go back. I'm going to ask you, what do you think of this article? Does it pass for you? Does it pass the sniff test? What do you reckon? So post your comments below right now, and then I'll give my opinion, and then we'll get out of here because we're nearly at 1 hour. I swear to God, I always come on the show, I always start the show thinking this will be a quick one, and then it never is. Sometimes it is, usually when I've got something else to do, but I love this show, and I love talking to you. Let's see. And I agree with this. By the way, Pete Repeat says, yes, listening, but doing a workout at the same time. I love the fact that you just put it on. You don't have to pay attention all the way through because you'll hear me talk about live price analysis. Something may prick up your ears. I start talking about a topic. You're doing this while you're working out. This is what it's all about. I want you to work out at the same time because you're killing two birds with one stone, and that is always good. Chat between sets. Between sets, yes. Speaking of sets, very quickly, while you get your comments in very quickly about what do you think? Does this article pass the sniff test for you? What do you think about it? Just give you a quick little comments. I'm just going to quickly share something. Speaking of chatting between sets, out of interest, if you are living in the Geelong area, okay? Yes, that's me right there. As you know, I've been an entertainer for 25 years. If you want to come and see my band, the band I'm in, the U2 show, Achtung Baby, it's a tribute band. Yes, a tribute band to U2. Yes, I am Bono. Yes, I'm short enough. Yes, I've been singing for 25 years. Yeah, I actually do a pretty darn good job, if I do say so myself. We tour all around Australia. We drove up to Mildura on Saturday. Then our next show, though, and this is the Mildura show, okay? This was a combined U2 and INXS show, but here's some snaps from, that's me right there on stage with my band members right there. It was a wonderful crowd. Look at that. Just so cool. Almost sold out crowd up in Mildura at the Mildura Arts Centre. At the big theatre there. Beautiful. That's me in the front. That's the bass player. Blah, 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 blah. That's me doing my thing. Yes, playing the whole Bono thing. Okay. If you would like to see us, we are next playing we're at Geelong. We're in Geelong. So if you live in the Geelong area and you would like to come see us, we are playing at the Sphinx Hotel on Saturday, the 14th of September. So come along. If you do a Google search for U2 show Geelong, maybe you'll probably find the link. U2 show Achtung Baby Geelong or something like that. You'll probably find the link. That's it. I just wanted to show you that. That's what I do. I also do a lot of other stuff filling in with our bands, but that's my YouTube band right there. I didn't start it. I just joined a number of years ago. All right, we're going to check the comments now about the article. I've always got to get my own plugs in. Let's see. Mark Florida says, since China is well known for honest, accurate reporting on financial matters, this is smelling a bit. Okay. It's smelling a bit fishy. Okay. I feel they are trying to keep pricing low so they can continue to load up on gold. Okay. Working hard. Yes, I am. And that's Jason says agree. So you agree with that. Okay, fair enough. Here's my opinion on it. For me, it doesn't, this is reading comprehension. It doesn't pass the smell test for me whatsoever. Does not pass the sniff test. Why? And and I don't mean to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Arrogant, because I'm certainly not that. But out of interest, here's a bit of reading comprehension. And of course, you know all this sort of stuff. I'm sure you do. Whenever you see something that says sources, okay, let's see. Several Chinese banks have been given new gold import quotas from the central bank, anticipating revived demand despite record high prices. 4 sources with knowledge of the matter told Reuters. Okay, so basically anonymous sources. Whenever you hear the term anonymous sources, or they say sources told us, and they don't say who the sources are, they don't reference them whatsoever, that means they're anonymous sources. Anonymous sources mean absolutely nothing. You can call it a 50-50 chance, or probably less than a 50-50 chance that this story is actually true. Why? Well, because even writers need to write. Writers got to write. Writers have paychecks. They need to write articles, okay? Reuters needs to make money. Writers want to keep their jobs. You got to keep punching out the financial articles every single day. Do I believe this? Not a single chance in hell. So I don't put, could it be true? Yes, but I don't put any weight towards it, because 4 sources with knowledge of the matter, that was the dead giveaway for me. 4 sources with knowledge of the matter. Okay. And then they also said down here something again about sources that apparently, here's an apparent quote, and it says, one of the sources said. So they didn't even back it by saying blah, blah, blah from blah, blah, blah said. So you can't even check it out. The only time they did do an actual name, they named someone, was this quote here, which didn't talk about the apparent new gold quotas. They just sort of talked about something else. Actual gold imports have been limited. So it's kind of like the opposite side. So a real person, apparently Bernard Sin, gave a quote saying, no, actual gold imports have been limited recently. So it's kind of like taking the opposite opinion. So when the opposite opinion is quoted with a real person behind it, and the apparent anonymous sources are saying the other way, believe the real quoted person. Okay, anonymous sources are not a real thing. That's why it doesn't pass the sniff test to me. So do I think that China's putting in new quotas for gold? Yeah, possibly, but I'd give it like a 10% chance, maybe. That's your little bit of reading comprehension. Never trust anonymous sources. Don't take it for rote, but you would be very surprised how many people can get caught with that. You know, it might be politically or this, a source well known to blah, blah, blah says that Kamala Harris did what, or that Trump said what. Don't believe it on either side. You hear anonymous sources on either side, or they don't mention the source, it's basically probably not true. It's all, it's all BS. Tony Peterson says China banks have a facility for citizens to invest in gold ETFs. They're doing it right. Let's see. Final comments, and then we will get out of here. We're going to scroll back up. Look, obviously, I'm going to put the ones, anytime someone says they love me, of course, we love Joe. Well, I appreciate that. Knackers asks, what is the blockchain token? Great question. The blockchain token is called, it's not on exchanges or anything like that. It is currently called the WXAU. That's the name of the token. They're actually changing the description. It's going to be called WSG. So that's the token you will get buying real physical gold from Wealthstack, which is backed by real physical gold. Buying the Wealthstack token will be you'll get the WSG in return, and it's backed by real physical metal. Again, wouldn't put my name to it if I didn't know it was backed by real physical metal. And all that other stuff. The debit card coming down the track where you can tap this debit card to spend gold. It's just, that's cool. And of course, all the other stuff. They'll be adding silver and adding, a bunch of new features. Again, brand new company, but they wanted to reach out to the stacking community first to really build that trust, which I really appreciated. Let's see, any more final comments? And that's it. Got to support such a hardworking family man. I am a hardworking family man. And I think you said something about my eventual membership thing, Tony, and I want to read that out as well. 10 ounce, now you're talking, so I signed up with the mints, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me 1 second. That one... Naka said, I will try to find the chart and send it to. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about now. Scrolling down, people. Welcome back anytime. So, Lexio, thanks for having us. We got to go, people. We're just about getting out of here. Really enjoyed the stream. We'll try watching the Days I'm Free. Thank you so much for joining us, Lexio. We're about to get out of here and back. About 1 minute. Got to go. See, everyone's got to go. Once you start going, that means I've got to go. 2, let me know if you come to New South Wales, Joe, and I'll come watch you. We are in, if news meant New South Wales, we are going to be in New South Wales later this. We're going to be in Northern Sydney at Wenty Leagues RSL Club. Don't forget about the East-West arbitrage. Fair enough. Tony says, if Achtung Baby comes to Cairns, I'm definitely buying tickets. We haven't been to Cairns for a long time. Geez, I'd want to be going in the winter months. Tony Pearson says, I'm going to sign up to Joe's OnlyFans. Woo! I don't know what that means, but yeah. I think that's pretty much it, people. Any other major comments? No, I think that's it. We're going to get out of here. Love your work, people, and just talking amongst yourselves. Yeah, nothing else to say. I held myself back from buying the... Nope. And this is the really amazingly wonderful... exciting part of the show. No, all right, that's it. All right, we're out of here, people. Thank you. No, thank you, Hazza. Fantastic. Let's get out of here, people. We will do the final synchronized slurp while we dance out.
Good morning, Stack. Oh, yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stack.
All right, get it.
Grab a tasty beverage.
And let's do the ready, 3, 2, 1. Thanks for watching. You will get another show tomorrow morning. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking. See you later.